That's
Really?
freaking crazy, man. That means they got time.
Yeah, I think it's
everybody
getting.
running, everybody running fast nowhere.
I think it's getting worse because of all of our devices we have and social media.
Yeah,
What do you think?
and yeah, these freaking devices. You know they move fast. You know you got everything at your fingertips now. So it's a lot
Hmm.
of competition for your time, bro. Everybody competing for it.
That's right. Everybody wants
Billy,
your
what's
time.
up, baby?
You know they don't show their butts until I hit the button. I don't know what I'm doing with these dogs, man.
Look, this Billy time, man. It's 2 o'clock. He know what time it is. Wednesday. He said, "Yeah, let's set it off."
Hey
Where's
Eddie,
Buddy at?
they right here. They looking at me like they want to
I'm
come
gonna
bang
be
up.
quiet most of the time.
Billy gets her riled up.
Billy want to get the party started. God dang
We can't
it!
let Billy go, man. He don't know how close he was to
You
being
just gonna get
gone.
rid of him.
Not me, my wife. She don't like all the loud noise, man. He barks a lot.
Yeah, he look like he fights there a little bit.
Give me your email. I'm gonna put it into the video description so we don't have to be giving it to everybody.
Info. Oh no, hold on. What the hell is
That's right. Info at
it?
Mr. Trend.
Info at Mr. Transaction Engineer.
I'm getting better.
Chris, we done got them subscribers up to 27, baby. You gonna be at 30 real soon.
I thought it was
Y'all hit that
28.
subscribe button, guys. Hit that subscribe. You're on the best channel on the earth, man. There's no better place to be at right now.
Mm-mm.
No better place. Stop everything you're doing. Put your
What you?
cell phone down. Don't answer an email. Don't check nothing. So we got some good stuff, some good nuggets for you.
The good thing about it is, where else you gonna get this stuff, Eddie? Two
Man.
young brothers talking about raising our financial literacy together and doing business and real estate. I mean,
And we're going live, so this stuff is not scripted. We're not trying to watch what we say. We're keeping it real on here. This might be the first real estate show that actually they just keeping it real like this, brother Chris.
I think you're right, dude. And no, and don't forget, we're actually doing it. You
Right.
know,
Actually doing it.
actually doing it.
We're not
Class.
80-year-old guys back. We've been doing it about 20 years ago.
We're gonna be those guys, though.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Brother
gonna.
Chris, you want to do that? How many wholesale your team did that day? Oh, we
You know
did
what?
about, by then you'll be doing about, your company be doing about 50 on a day.
I don't even know if I like. To be, I'm gonna be frank with you, man. I'm not really in love with real estate like I was.
We've been doing it so long, man.
I'm like, I don't even care if I ever, I'm gonna put this on. I don't care if I ever see another house, man. I mean, they're all headaches. Every one of them I've ever been into.
I won't say
Even the
all.
one I live in. Even the one I live in is a headache. I mean,
Not when you wholesaling, getting in and out. Boom, boom, boom. You ain't dealing with that headache. You just in and out, goddamn it. Give them a check.
that's
I'm
true.
out of here.
That's true. But even if you're wholesaling, Eddie, I got title problems. I got clients that we're dealing with title problems, man.
Oh yeah.
You know,
We got a land deal. I was supposed to hit about 10 off of it. And it's tied up. The guy supposedly had it subdivided. This fool, man, it's a whole big headache. Title screwed up.
really.
One thing too, guys, if you don't have no residual income, you living check to check on the flips. Man, don't be waiting
Boy,
on one check now. You better have a lot of deals in your pipeline, man. Do not wait on one deal, man. Because anything can happen. Them title issues pop up,
man.
it's over with. You're gonna have to wait. Wait it out. Nothing you
Shit.
can do about it till it clears up.
Wait it out.
If
Maybe you
you
might have to put it in the trash.
hey, I was gonna say if you can clear it up. So hey, guys, get that pipeline full, man. Fill it up.
Not
You
worry
can't be
about.
having you can't have one or two deals and be walking around smiling like it's all good. Because anything can happen. It's
Let's
not
go
like
ahead.
it's residual that's coming in every month. And
Let's
even
go.
residual could, if you only got one rental property producing, then okay, possibility they start paying you will lose money. But if you got several cash flowing subject tools and owner finance deals, hey man, you good. You got to build that business on cash flow, man. Because when you be like some vets like me and Chris over 10 years, man, now like we not. I'm not trying to do it. I had the mindset one time to do like 20 flips a month. Man, I don't have that much. I don't have time for that.
A lot. Did your new client say that, Eddie?
Huh?
Do your new coaching clients say that sometime?
Yeah.
I want to do 20. I want to do 20 houses this year.
I mean, you could do it. You got to put together a good team, but do you really want to be bogged down with all that?
Eddie, let me tell you, class, we're already starting. I was going to do an introduction. I'm Chris Haskins, real estate investor. My mission statement is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. I'm hanging out with my boy, Mr. Transaction Engineer, West Hollywood, homie.
What's up? What's up?
What is
Yeah.
good? So he's already getting into it. We're talking about not only how we survived the crash in 2008 because we predate crash. I can't believe, Eddie, I'm old.
Yeah, man. It seemed like you started right about 2 years, 3 years, and then that shit took off you into 10 years, and now we shit, man.
It's
I feel
something.
like old run, man. We're getting up there, man. Golly.
I can't believe. You know what's weird? When I met people, they I remember, as I'm moving around town, I'll see somebody that knew me from before the crash, and they'll be like, "You're still in that? You still do real estate? Do you ever get that, Eddie?"
Yeah, man.
The guy's like, "Well, you must know something." I'm like,
Yeah.
"You don't think, you know?"
It's been fun watching it though, man, because that recession, they say you normally don't see them like one recession a lifetime, I think.
One
But
depression and two reset. Yeah, you're gonna see more.
yeah. But to see the cycles, man,
Something in it.
to see when you're supposed to buy and when you're supposed to sell, because nobody really teach nobody. I've been in the game a long time, you've been in the game a long time. Nobody
Mhm.
told me the real play.
Let me show you what I pulled up as we were talking earlier this morning, Eddie. I wanted to share. Family, welcome to hanging out with brother Eddie and brother Chris. I wanted to show y'all as we get started here. Eddie and I were talking about when we first started. We heard the old boys tell us there was a time to sell and a time to buy, but we didn't listen. We didn't listen.
Damn sure listen.
Here's the stock market right here, Eddie. I wanted to show this. Can you see it?
Yep.
Here's the stock market. I just want to give us a little intro as we're getting started, class. Thank you for joining us. Eddie and I are going to talk back and forth for about I call this a mini keynote for the first 30 minutes, and then we will get into some Q&A, class. So let's do this. Recession proof. Recession proof. Eddie, here's the Dow Jones. We can see in 1989 it was at 2,000. Fast forward 10 years later, 8,000. Right? You see these little dips here.
Well.
But what I was really wanted to show my class is 10
Whoa,
years
look
later.
how that sucker dropped when that market crash.
There we go, right here.
Woo! The whole doggone flow fell out.
But what I wanted us to see is the value went from 14,000 to 7. And in my opinion, what I'm looking at this, Eddie, that is literally slicing the value of this completely in half.
Wow.
Isn't that something? So
Wow.
as we move on here in 2019 and beyond, I'm like,
It gradually moved back up.
it's going up, right? But for me, Eddie, is like, I think
Well,
looking,
look, it's up now. So what goes up
there
must
you
come
go.
down.
Exactly what I was, exactly what I
What
was
goes up? Hey, the law of rhythm, baby. That's a law.
exactly what I was gonna say, Eddie. That's
What goes
exactly what I was
up,
gonna say.
come back down.
I think any person looking at that with common sense, brother Eddie, would say something's coming.
Man, you know the key players, they ready now.
Oh man, shit. They're ready, dog. They're ready.
So
But you
guys,
were,
we're
hmm?
gonna give you guys look some real valuable information.
Mhm.
I know you guys remember when the market crashed in '07, '08, and the news media were running the masses away from the money. They were running everybody away from the money. Oh, foreclosures. Oh, it's a bad time to buy a house. All that bull crap.
Mhm.
They feel that fear media, that freaking news crap I hate. I don't
Yep.
even watch that crap. You
Good.
watch the news every day. Hey man,
Yeah. I can't help you with that. I gotta get off that. Stop doing
you
that.
need to go see a counselor, man. Cause chances are you living in fear, you're nervous, you're paranoid, you think everybody over here stealing and breaking in and all of this. You everywhere you go, you're locking your doors and shit. Hey, you need to go get yourself checked out.
You're
And I
right, man.
haven't watched the news about 4 years, man. And like or 5. And like my mentor said, if it's something really important, guess what? You're gonna find out about it because somebody else is gonna be talking about it.
Yeah, you
You're gonna
said
hear
that to me
somebody at
before.
the store talking about it, in the restaurant, at work, somebody's gonna talk about it.
Hmm.
So stop watching that fear, man, putting all that fear and stuff into your mind, man. It mess with you, man. It mess
It
with your
will.
productivity. That's why some of you guys scared to pick up the phone and call some of these sellers and scared to go door knock and scared to send a letter out and just scared, man. You got to watch that fear that they pumping inside of you. That is fear.
Wow. I think a lot of that stems from the news, Eddie, because it's starting your day off and then ending your day at night with the same crap.
Right. And those are the two most important times, man. 5 to 10 minutes before you go to sleep, and the first 5 to 10 minutes when you wake up. Those are the perfect programming times. So if you're looking at that stuff going to sleep and waking up, I guarantee you that stuff getting inside of you. So within, so without. So your inside reflection is your outside reflection of your inside. So if you watching that stuff every day, I guarantee you having a lot of negative stuff going on in your life. I
Wow.
guarantee it.
Wow.
But
Nice.
anyway, guys, so back to the money. Anyway, when that recession hit, they ran a lot of people away, man. They didn't want the average mind to buy properties. But being through this, all the ups and downs through the whole recession thing and seeing it come back, and now doing research as a veteran from a different asset and a lot of research, guys, when that market crash, you buy every single thing you can get your hands on.
Hmm.
It's like going to Walmart or going to Saks Fifth. No, not Walmart. It's like going to Saks Fifth and they got Saks Fifth or Neiman Marcus. I don't know if you guys got that, but those are big expensive stores. And it's like going there and they got 80% off,
Hmm.
70% off sale. Your ass better buy. You're gonna buy them clothes, won't you? You better go buy them houses.
Wow. Say that again, Eddie. Say that again.
I said you'll go buy them clothes and them shoes and stuff at 70% off or 80% off, but scared to invest in yourself and get a house. You better get your ass out there and get some houses when that next recession hit. Because it's gonna be it's a major play. That's when you buy, guys. You buy when the market crash, you hold, rent the properties out. That's when you rent out or do put them. I wouldn't even do no more lease purchase. Looking back now, I buy them low, rent them out for about 6 or 7 years till it come back up. When they get about 80, 90% back of value that it was previously at, and unload. Then you just keep that cash. And then when the next time come around, you're gonna keep working the money. Work the money, pile it up. When they come again, you just keep investing. That's how you get buck loads of cash, man. That's how you get to multi-millions.
Wow.
You buy them all up, hold them, rent them out, and think about the rental income you get. I'm gonna do a breakdown on my channel today, Chris, on one deal. I would tell you that me and my ex-wife, so we bought several properties, but I'm only gonna talk about one when the recession crashed, brother Chris. We bought it for 5,000.
Is that the one you told me about earlier?
Five freaking $1,000, man. What am I calculating, man? $5,000. Right? We put about 15 grand into it, Chris. So now that's how much is that? 20,000?
Yeah.
It's 20 grand. Now we was renting it out for 800 a month.
Oh my Lord. Hey,
So
turn me
it's
down a little. Turn me down on your speakers a little bit, Eddie.
we was renting it out for 800 a month. And so just say 800 a month,
You got your money back in 2 years.
2 freaking years. And
Yeah,
that's a
that's
great investment.
yeah. That's
So that's
unbelievable.
$9,600, you guys. $9,600 a year. Now minus you gotta manage the insurance and taxes. So let's say what let me see.
That
Insurance,
doesn't change that doesn't change the income though, Eddie. You still that is the income is set. Well,
yeah,
what your expenses is, that's on you. But the
right.
income of the house is still 800 times 12.
Now this one particular house, now it's 10 years. Let me see, we bought that in '08 or '09. '09. '09. That's when it was still hot for the picking. Oh man. Oh,
And
I
don't
was
forget
like,
we had that tax credit. We had that tax credit too, so they were letting us sell to owner occupants with that $8,000 tax credit.
yep, man, that was so beautiful. So this say, okay, 10 years later, guys. So 9,600 a year times 10 years. That's $96,000 you made in 10 years, right?
Mm, mm, mm.
Now guess what? The house still on sale. I had to
Let's
sell
let's
the
stay
I
there
had,
for a minute. Let's stay there for a minute. Ed. Let's stay there for a minute because I want people might say, 10 years. So what? I think the point that our viewers need to understand, and everybody regarding finances, is the amount of money misappropriately to amount of time that you put into that, Eddie. So give us a little correlation with the framework, the amount of time that it would take to manage that house over the 10 years as opposed to the income.
shit, time management. Really, I mean, you pre-screen your tenant, get you a good tenant, man. You pretty good. Keep you a good maintenance man. But the time, just think, guys, I didn't have to work for that. Like
So,
go do 40 hours a week for that.
so we're
I
thinking
just
how many
maybe
hours
have
a year? How
every
many hours
month,
a year?
maybe 30 minutes in the deal. If that,
10 hours a year, we're saying 10 hours a year.
yeah, ten hours a year for $10,000, damn near.
Okay. I think that, well, because some people see the numbers, it doesn't really, the light doesn't go off till they know the amount of time that you work
Right,
for that amount of money, which
right.
is
Good. I'm glad you caught that, Chris.
it's important for me because you're out obviously doing a whole bunch of other stuff, and that's still
Cash
more
flowing.
like, yeah.
Now
Okay.
that's your money working for you, guys. That's when you let money work for you. Now you think I like the rich. You let your money work from you. Just think only a $20,000 investment, but it's paying you shit $800 a month.
Wow, man.
Now that'll pay a couple of bills. Now imagine you had a couple of those houses, five or six, something like that, and your bill's only 4,000, and you got 6,000 coming in. Man, you living comfortably. You living pretty good, man. You don't have to go up and get a job every day, go up and go to work every day. You doing whatever you was put here to do. Then whatever your passion is, whatever God put inside you to do, you here doing it now. So
So
we gotta think.
what was your mindset back then, Eddie? I want our viewers to know how we thought then and how we're thinking now, as we know we don't know, but we presume that another recession is coming. Because I didn't hold on to anything. I wasn't smart enough to do that back then, Eddie.
Man, I held on to a couple, but not as many, because we bought quite a few of them. But I went through a divorce, and we had to sell all the properties, man. So that
Oh
freaking
wow.
house, I sold that one in particular that I was talking about. I think for 30,000.
Mm,
Market was still low. We bought it in the '09. We ended up selling in 2010 or 2011, something
wow.
like that. But
That's
now I
remarkable.
see it's on the market for sale for $100,000.
You are joking.
Yep. 100 grand is
You are
listed right now for
joking.
100,000. So in that deal, just think that's what
You'd have
96
made you'd have
over
made 200,000, dog.
that's $200,000, guys, in 10 years. If I would have held on to it right now and sold it, two
Unbelievable.
hundred thousand off $25,000.
Good God, man.
That's why real estate made more millionaires than anything in this country, man. You got to know how to play the game, guys. That's where you make power moves. I'm telling you. Just think
Wow.
right now, sold that asset. That's shit. And I made 100,000 in this in 10 years in cash flow. Now I sold and made 100 grand. Come on.
Yeah, that's a
Off
no-brainer.
$25,000.
So were you buying, was your mindset to buy and hold during the crash, or were you trying to get income?
I was getting income. Man, Chris, man, we did over 200 short sales, man.
Good God.
Ask me how many I held on to.
How many did you keep, Eddie?
Probably like three or four.
Oh my
I still was
Lord.
flipping like crazy, but I'm getting the short sale money. We were getting the money off the short sale flips. And that's what we were buying them houses free and clear. So we bought a couple on free and clear. But when I went through that divorce, man, shit, I had to liquidate.
Hmm.
See,
So
that's one thing, guys. Hey, but that's life, man. You don't plan for that shit. Sometimes stuff just happens, man. But
wow.
look at that, we had to liquidate. But we had acquired about 10 of them properties, man. We
Hmm.
was cash flowing like crazy, man. We
Wow.
taking that money from we could have bought way more than that, Chris. But we was being a little conservative with the money. When it crashed, everybody think, oh, it's gonna be forever before it comes around. But shit, next thing you know, it done came around. So it's gonna
Mhm.
come back around regardless. You just gotta wait it out.
Wow, that's unbelievable, man.
So
I'll be
just do the math. We had 10 of them. That man, that's $1 million plus the cash flow.
good lord. So we want to encourage and actually encourage our viewers to deploy holding on, Eddie, or where are we at right now as we move into this next recession? Because I know when we first started talking, you said not focusing on one deal. We want to give them some tips to help them with the recession as it approaches.
Well, you know them subject to deals. We're holding on more subject to deals, but we're not like getting a property, putting 100,000 in it and just holding on to it. You know, we building more liquid up and taking on more subject to properties, cash flowing. But my
So
thing is, I know something's coming within the next couple of years, and so I learned from that first mistake. I don't know how to. Shit, man. Hey, I'm married again too now, so me and my wife gonna have to write some kind of agreement. Look, we ain't selling shit. For real, man. Cause that was a major loss, man. Boy, that would have said,
yeah,
woo.
you bought them down and sold them down.
Yep. I wasn't able to let it come on back up like this 10 years. I could have sold it last year. Like I say, so I'll say about a good between 8 and 9 years after it came back, those are the peak time to release. Let them go. Once you see everybody go to buying like crazy, that means the market done got back up, guys, and now it's time for you to sell.
There you go. All
They
right,
get
before
them
we get
interest rate back low. They drop them interest rates low. That's when you know it's showtime. 3%, 4%. It's showtime, baby. Gonna
all
go
right.
ahead and unload.
Before we get to that, before we get to selling class, thanks for joining us. Eddie and I just talking about what we've seen since 2004. Well, I've been doing 2004. You got in what, 2003 or five?
Fine.
All right, so shit, when we got in, man, it was like,
At the same time.
dude, you could Eddie, when I got in, brother, you
It's
could
like it
go,
is now.
huh?
It's when I got in, it was like it is now. Pretty hot. Well, now it's done calm down.
Nah, dog. When I got in, dog, you could go buy a house, do nothing, do nothing to it, and 6 months later sell for 20,000 more. Um,
Yeah.
are they doing that down there?
Well, you know they was doing all them bogus loans then, man.
Yeah,
They let your grandmama sign. Your grandmama 105 years old, they would give her a loan.
yeah, co-signing.
So anybody got a loan.
So are we talking about? Well, for me, I want to take over as many sub two loans as possible because I know the cash that I have available, I don't want to tie that cash up in the entire purchase price just for some minor
Just
repairs
a
if I
little
get it.
bit. Yeah, just a little bit. And then you get it back when you get that non-refundable down payment, depending on what area you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so man, hey, this guy is trying to get that money, stack it up, stack it to the ceiling. Don't go out there making no crazy purchases. What is your prediction, Chris? How many years you think we have?
I say maybe two, but for me, but not only that, I don't think that I could pontificate or predict. I just want to get ready. I'm just like I just want to be ready. If this shit happens in 2 years, 3 years, for me, what I'm doing, class, and I'm sure you've heard me say this a million times, I am paying down my loans. Therefore, I can leverage them to buy more houses when it comes.
Yeah,
I got my lenders ready to go. They've already been primed. I'm like, listen, here's the value I'm bringing to you, Mr. Lender. I'm giving you X amount of houses free and clear for a little bit of money that I want to continue. That's what I'm doing, Eddie. So we pay them down now when it's good, and
yeah,
I'm saving some too. But we're paying them down so I can quickly leverage them to buy more equity. That's kind of my strategy right now, Eddie.
right.
What about you? Tell me what you got going on as we get to this recession coming, my brother.
Well, we still stacking it up. Just
You still cash, so you're doing your non-refundable deposits.
yeah, we're trying to flip as many as possible right now, and holding on to more of them and looking at some commercial properties
Hmm.
because
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
what I think.
I can't wait, boy, to get them commercial properties when that market crash. Jesus Christ, man, you're talking about $1 million, man. When you hold on to a commercial property, you buy it low and sell high on a commercial property. You're talking mega millions, man.
Hmm.
So
So
that's what
another,
I got my eyes on. We were looking at some apartment buildings and self storages and stuff like that.
wow.
That's what I'm looking to take down this year. At least one or two of them for the year out. Me and you, Chris, we could partner on something.
Yeah, I definitely need some. I need something down there. I need something in the Atlanta area so I can go get on a plane and come down there. That gives me a reason to come down there.
Right.
So the other thing we were talking about, Eddie, was stacking up with well, what I'm doing is stacking up my private money. My private money.
You know what, Chris? I got to get down to those them IRA meetings. I'm glad we're talking about that.
Yeah.
Let me make a note. I have a couple of lenders, but hey, man, the more lenders you got, the more merrier.
Oh shit, you better always because you never know. I mean, I had a lender. Sometimes things get tight, Eddie, and they need their
Yep.
money back. They move on to the next.
The next deal or the next project they're working on. So you always
Yeah.
gonna have more than one lender, man. The minute it's possible. I got a couple of, but I'm going to look for some more because I
Always.
want to get ready for these commercial projects we're looking at. So it won't be no problem when it's time to take them down.
There you go. But private. I just wanted to tell our viewers just so we can expand it a little bit. Private money class has nothing to do with credit, and usually when the economy crashes, the lenders tighten up the credit line. So it's like it's, they stop lending in a general sense. So for me, we are setting up, Eddie. I'm going crazy, man. Just I'm telling everybody I know. I'm talking like we pay 7 to 9%. I mean, I'm telling everybody we've got quite a bit in reserve. People that have already pledged a certain amount of money.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. I can't wait till it crash though, man. I'll tell you, boy. You learn from your mistakes, man. They say you don't make mistakes; it's just lessons.
Hmm.
You just learn. Hey, you learn this doesn't work. This was wrong. Let me try something else.
That's right. That's right.
So hey,
I think
this
it's
is
about a
time.
mindset though. It's a mindset. Like I love it. I love it when I see on TV real estate is X. You know, according to Joe Schmo report, real estate is doing ABC, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, these fools have no freaking clue. I'm living this shit every day. I am signing, I'm out here in the field. Eddie, it's no way they're going to know. It's impossible. They're not out here doing this stuff every day.
No, you know that.
Impossible. I'm like, we're signing deals constantly. I'm like, why are they spreading this crap? You know, I just hear it in passing or get it in my Yahoo when I'm checking my voice in my email. I see a banner up there about real estate, and I'm like, it just isn't true.
Yeah, you know they not doing nothing. People just talking and marketing.
Headline readers, we got to keep our viewers away from reading the headline, bro, Eddie.
Yeah, it's all that stuff get in that mind, man. The most powerful gift God gave us.
That's right. They want to twist it around. So, class, we're focused on your private money, buying subject to, because it doesn't require all of your cash. You know, I would recommend you having some type of cash to do subject twos. But that's even with subject twos, Eddie, they go bazonkers during the crash because people stop paying the mortgages.
Yeah, then you just go in the short sale and hit you another lick. Pow! Man, you go short sale and let the person in the house buy the property.
What you mean?
Just say if the market crashes, you got a tenant in there
Oh,
on a lease purchase of 150, the value drop down to 120. Shit, they're qualified to buy. They can't wait. Then you got to go back to the seller. Hey, look, man, we on the contract for this. The market crash. We got to do something.
hmm
Now I don't know how that conversation may go.
they just want to
Cause
get out.
hey, they got to get their credit. They got to take a hit on the credit in order to do the short sale.
I'm telling you, I've seen some short sales too. I mean, obviously, you've seen bigger numbers down in your area. And the majority of people told me that the seller wouldn't take that offer, Eddie. When I was writing it up, I remember one loan was 160 and we wrote it up for 50. And nobody believed that they would take it. You know, none of the realtors, the broker in the office, like, nah, they won't take that. They're not going to take that.
Hey, this we got like two or three of these short sale book approval letters.
Hmm.
I think that's up here.
So believe Eddie, please believe them. This stuff will work. It works.
Man, we got 2 minute discounts. Hey, we used to take this to a seller, man. When we gonna meet him, shit. It's a done deal.
That's a good
You put
idea.
that big
Okay.
ass book down. Woo!
So
It
it's like a
flipped through.
credibility kit.
This just yeah, it's a credibility kit. Take this up and just flip through them and show them the prices, all the discounts we gotten on the short sales. Man, it's an easy sign up.
Wow. That's a nice one. That was worth the price of today's class, Eddie. So we're taking that in there. Let the document speak for us instead of trying to sell ourselves.
Man, it was so easy. Every time we used to do them short sales, we take because we got like shit about 4 or 5 of these. This like the big binder, 3 inches. This the big thick one. Man, we take either one of these books, man, and just flip through them and show them the discounts. Man, it's a wrap. We
Mhm.
don't even have to talk that much. They just sign the document.
If
Showtime.
if you notice, Eddie, if you watched any of my content, I also have a deal book. I'm telling you, class, success looks similar, Eddie. And I'm seeing Eddie has a deal book too. He's got a three ring. That three ring binder, dog, is just it's powerful. I've got my three
Oh yeah.
ring binder. I've got a couple of them. So I'm praying on my hopes is that you're taking some of this stuff and deploying it in your life, Eddie. I'm telling you, every successful guy I know, Eddie, they got a three ring binder, dog. Every one of
Make sure,
them.
guys, y'all make sure y'all hold on to some properties, man. Because I remember when that recession hit, I think I only had about 2 subject twos at the time,
Mm.
or three. It hit in what it was, '07.
It started at the end of '07.
Yeah, in '07. So I was in the game for about 2.5 years. So I had like 2 or 3 subject two properties. I wasn't really big on subject twos because I was in the game. I was just wholesaling, so I was so excited about the wholesale checks. I'm like, man, I don't have time for that. I'm selling everything.
You want to get that
So
check. You looking at that check.
yeah, man. So, but my buddy, he had about 40 or 50 of them, man. So that's all he bought subject to. He didn't do nothing else, no wholesaling, no rehab. Everybody got their own niche. He didn't do none of that stuff. He just did straight subject tools. That joker had about 40 or 50 of them, man. The recession hit, guess what he was doing?
Chilling.
Still driving the Lexus. Him and his wife still going out to eat every night. I mean, every Friday or something. How they used to do it. Hey, nothing happened. They wasn't affected, man, because they didn't build their house. They didn't build it on
Transactions.
yeah, transactions. They built it on cash flow.
Yeah, I'm done. I cannot stand. Yeah, I'm like, if you try to with transactions, you can only do so many, dog. You can only do
I
so
like the
many.
cash flow more because it make more sense, man. If you got your bills 5 grand or 7 grand or 8 grand, and you got 20 grand coming in, come on, man. You don't have to work as hard.
Hmm.
You got a lot of free time, man. To spend it however you want to spend it.
That's something, right?
Shit, it's better spent how you want to use it than spend it how you don't want to use it.
Nice, nice.
Shit.
All right, so we've been rocking and rolling for about 35 minutes. Any other bullets you want to give our class for the upcoming recession, Eddie, or anything? I know for me, I'm focused on private. This is the big one here that got me through 2008, dog. This one here, and another one I did, Eddie, is we did
What you
flat.
do? What you
Hmm?
do, Chris, when the market crash?
Hold on one second. Flat fee listings. Well, I saw all. Let me tell you what I saw, class. This is just what I just documenting what I saw because I was the vice president of a local RIA at that time. Eddie, I saw people in my RIA leaving the country, leaving the area, turning over houses, and at that time I was cash. I was successful, so I was turning into a lender, lending to these people, and I was getting screwed. Yeah, I was loaning seconds on first, which I don't do that anymore. People getting out of the business. I'm like, what's going on? All these people leaving real estate, right? I'm like, man, maybe
You
as I was reading and studying, and I always heard when everybody's leaving, you need to be going.
need to be nailing, getting straight to it.
That's a philosophy that it is very challenging to adapt because it's almost like you see people running from a gun or running from a fight or running from a disaster, and you walking into the shit.
You run to it, yeah, let me have
It's hard. I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard let me say for me, it was hard. I'm like, hey, where we going, guys? Hey, whatever. I'm like, oh well, let me keep on. I'm gonna keep running this way then.
it took a minute to really catch on for me. It took about, let me see, it crashed in '07. So around I said '09, I really started. it started coming to me like, man, these properties gonna come back up, man. And they were so cheap because I remember I was wholesaling, so I knew what a lot of these properties in the inner city was worth. And so, it started to hit me by like after a year or two later. I'm like,
Coming back.
man, these damn properties have never been no $5,000, $10,000 now.
You
I'm talking
yeah.
about brother Chris, all brick houses, some of them, man.
You're buying houses the same price today, 30. That's my point. You can buy houses today that 30 years ago. It's almost like you're walking back in time when the recession hits, Eddie. You're buying houses for the same price as they did 30 years ago.
Man, let me show you the look. Let me show you the limit. Okay, I bought a December 08. I brought it was a limit at first. I don't
Man,
know if you can
shit, that's
see
not
it.
nice. I do.
Can you see it? Okay. So it was a 3-1. We turned it into a 3-2.
Wow.
This like almost when the rehab was almost complete. So we turned it into we put about 20 racks in it. But it was so nice, man.
That's a nice looking house. I like those. I like this. The house. This is just a box. That way I know I got four walls and
Hey, it's easy.
yeah, A-frame front door. That's my favorite house right there. They
Hey,
rent for
that is,
$800 to $1,000 every. I mean, 8 to 900 every day. I mean, all month, all day.
man, I love that cash flow, man.
So
Nothing
people,
like that cash flow. It's hitting especially when you got a couple of them. It's hitting every month,
cash
every month.
flow, owning assets or controlling them. Eddie, what about other sources of income? Would you recommend that for our viewers? I know we're both real estate to the death, but I want to at least pull it out a little bit. What about creating multiple streams of income?
Yeah, you got to, man. Just like we got courses we selling, coaching. You want to have multiple income streams. They said the average multi-millionaire got 7 businesses going. So you want to have money just coming in, man. Because that way, when something's slow, you got something else that's jumping.
Oh
Remember,
man,
the law of rhythm, what goes up comes down. So
I'm gonna
something's
stay
going to
there.
be off. But guess what? If you got a couple of different incomes coming in, you okay.
Let's stay there for a minute, Eddie, because I think and on this platform that we have here, a lot of us look at us, which we are, as real estate guys, you know. And as I got older, I noticed that real estate was nothing but another business. So
Yeah,
where are you at? Huh?
it's a business, man.
So real estate is nothing but another business, right? So I'm like, I'm looking out, looking at just how things are moving towards us being stuck in our phones, And the good thing about real estate, while I love it, it can't be moved. Well, generally speaking, it can't be moved. It can only have one owner at a time. It's not like the deed is the deed. It's not like you don't have to worry about who owns it. It can't be destroyed. It's not going to move. The value of it usually goes up and down, but it stays in one place. Not a lot of other businesses might move around town.
Right.
Real estate is going to be there. Usually, when you leave and come back, it's there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Still there. So multiple. You're going to say, Eddie, we're talking about multiple streams of income.
Heck yeah. So you got to, man. Even in real estate, I mean, there's multiple income streams. Just say you're a wholesaler, then you need to implement wholesaling lease option. You can implement you a couple of rehabs you got going, 1 or 2 a year starting out.
They can wholesale
Um,
subject twos, right?
Subject to owner financing, lease purchases, wholesale lease purchases.
Yeah.
So within real estate, you got about 7 or 8 different avenues, guys. Don't limit yourself, man, because I'm telling you, man, something's gonna be out. Just like right now, I got a lot of wholesalers, man. People are wholesaling these houses, brother Chris, so high it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I never really bought from any other wholesalers unless it's 1 or 2 of them that I really know. Because most of them already jack it up. I like to go straight to the seller because you always get the best deal.
Let's stay there for a minute regarding when we're talking about the framework of wholesaling. Class Eddie is saying that not only can you wholesale high equity, what he's saying you can wholesale these options, wholesale subject twos, you can wholesale owner financing, but you're gonna have to get your skills up to set it all up when you meet with the seller in order to wholesale it off.
Yeah, you gotta invest in yourself, guys. Invest in your education. You can look at YouTube and all that stuff, but you need to get some guidance, man. Get a mentor like me or Chris or somebody that you know
Just
feel
somebody.
comfortable with
Hmm.
to show you the way.
But you can still,
Especially don't get caught up in one thing. I'm telling you.
yeah, it's a
We've been
death
in this
trap.
game too long, man. When you get
Yeah.
caught up in one avenue of this business, see, that's why a lot of people went out of business, Chris. 98%, no, 99% of investors went out of business when the recession hit.
That's
Man,
because
all
they're doing
these people are new.
60/40.
Most of these people I see are new. But man, 99% of the people went out of business. I only knew one guy out of everybody, maybe two, that stayed alive, but everybody disappeared. Because why? They was wholesaling and they was rehabbing. That's why
Hmm.
people got out of business. A lot of them got out of business because they was only focused on one or two areas. So they got
But
shut down.
both of those strategies you're talking about require buying and selling transactions.
Yep. And when the world went into a frenzy, they stopped buying. For I know down here they stopped buying for at least 6 to 9 months. Everybody was scared straight.
They couldn't buy. They couldn't get no money from nowhere.
Yeah, and you know what? I had a couple private lenders, money got dried up, man. Them jokers, man, they come back. They had credit limits of 200 grand. The bank took it down to 50,000.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. It was crazy for a while, about 8 and 9 months. But you know who I saw at the courthouse?
Who?
The freaking hedge fund company. That's why I say, guys, you gotta follow the money. Everybody else was running off. Remember, they ran everybody off in the last recession, like they do every time foreclosure happened. They go freaking nuts. So they ran everybody off. But the damn hedge funds, them guys with the multiple millions and millions and millions, or billions really.
Yeah, they
Man,
buying up.
down here the auction, Chris, I swear, man, they everything came through. They were bought. It was ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous.
That's when Warren Buffett got into the real estate business.
Yeah, he know when to buy, and now he gonna sell soon. He know,
Right.
man, that guy worth billions of dollars. He know. You gotta follow. Remember, I said you gotta follow the money. You gotta follow the money. Why Warren Buffett was an investor
I
when
thought
the
about
market
that a lot
crashed?
too. I'm like, if he's getting in, why am I getting out? You know, I'm trying to remind myself, like, why the hell, if this dude is getting in real estate, I know I need to stay in.
Man, they're joking. But you know what? Now he just sold a couple of months ago. He had bought one of the biggest drywall companies in the U.S. He just sold it last year.
That might be an indicator of the recession coming, Eddie. I don't know.
Man, you gotta follow the money, man. The man a billionaire, man. He with the Chiefs who run all this stuff. He
Yeah.
sit down at the table with the big boys and talk. So they know what's going on. This man just sold this big ass drywall company. He made several millions when he sold it because he bought it when the recession was there.
Wow.
But it's the biggest drywall company they say in the US, and he sold it last year.
Unbelievable.
So that means I guarantee you within about I'll give it, I say within 5 years, man. I don't think it's
Yeah.
gonna go 5 years, but I say within 5 years, I'm feeling about three, two
But
to three,
Eddie,
man.
I think it's gonna have a lot to do with this next administration. I think there's so much uncertainty. Uncertainty is what kills everybody, you know, because right around that next election is gonna be rough, man. In my opinion.
Man, they say all this stuff is designed, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
economy. They say it's really designed to
Up
go up
and
and
down.
down, man.
Hmm.
Because you know that's when they go get all the properties.
Yep. All right, so class, we want you to make sure you're in a place where you can acquire income producing assets. Income producing assets. All this flipping, and you see Eddie and I doing renovations, and even when he's selling lease options, that stuff is cool. But until you own some real estate and you get paid for what you own, not what you do. Let me
It's
repeat that. We
different,
get we get paid for what we own, player. I don't got to do nothing.
right? And it make you kind of lazy too, don't it, man? You got that residual income company. You don't want to do that,
You got to
man.
find something to do with your time, and you can be more productive in your community. But I just want my
Yeah.
class to open up. We get paid for what we own, not what we do, and it's a better tax write-off. The
Oh,
owners get the doers pay all the taxes. The owners don't pay shit, you know. So
No,
I'm gonna
hey,
leave that alone.
hey, no capital gain taxes on the rental properties, guys.
Yeah,
And you get to write them off, man.
to
And you know
do
that
it.
was, man, I'm real, man. That was mind-boggling what you told me last week, man,
What?
about black people and the real estate.
Oh
Still on the
yeah,
same amount of real estate. What you had told me, Chris? Man,
I
I've been
researched.
talking about that all week, man. That really blew my mind, man.
Yeah, brown people have not owned any more real estate for the last 100 years. It's the same when you look at a graph. It's the same 1%. We only own 1% of the country of the United States, but that hasn't changed since over 100 years. We still, as of today, only own about 1%. And
One
of that
percent.
one, and of that 1%, it's guys like you and me that own. You know, we
So
own
that's
a
one
lot of
percent. Now that's 1% of the real estate.
1% of the entire real estate in the country.
Damn,
It's
man.
sad, Eddie. So 1% of black people only own the same amount of real estate that we owned 100 years ago. We still own it. So I'm out here buying up stuff, trying to hold it. I'm like, and out of that 1%, there are guys like us that own a whole bunch of it, and when the majority of us don't own any of it, still renting. So that's
Guys,
how.
get out that rental mentality, man. That's that poor mindset. You just throwing away money every single month, man. That's stupid, man. You
A
can
lot
have
of
a house and you paying your freaking house off, and just say you want to sell it. Now you got something to sell and make some money off of. But you rent somebody apartment or house for 20 or 30 years. When you get ready to move, you can't cash out, but he can. Your landlord can cash out. I
we
bet
are.
he gonna be happy.
Well, what do you think about this new millennial mindset, Eddie? Of I'm hearing everybody, even Gary Vee, rent so you can use your money for other things, rent so you can move around. What's your opinion on that?
I say to each his own, man. If you got happy feet like that, but I still at least buy one house, man. Because after you move, you can always rent it out, and you can still move around. But at least you got an asset. You can still, yeah, you can buy one house, be settled, and move all around California, shit, Chicago,
Right.
China, and that person paying your mortgage down. At least you got a property, man.
That's
Just
right.
get you a if you're gonna rent a property out, do a thorough check, man. Do a thorough check. Make sure people got solid jobs and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Don't be in a rush to get anybody in your house because if you do, you're gonna have to pay for it.
that's right.
And I
Always.
get at least 2 months down because I don't do no regular rentals right now. I
Mm.
do but I at least get 2 months down and a security deposit. But hey, make them have some skin in the game. If I gotta deal with you. Shit.
All right, class. So we're almost ready for our Q&A. I wanted to ask Eddie one more thing, or just drop one more thing. We're getting ready to do some Q&A. So if you've got questions, please put them in the box there. If you want us to get to your question immediately, please click the button for a super chat. We'll get right to it. For all questions, we'll get to them as they came in. But Eddie, it is very sobering. Or tell me what you think about someone that can work 40 years and not at least own their home that they live in, where they can go lay their head debt free, unencumbered from a lender.
Man, you gotta think about it too, guys. Especially if you work a job. Just think about it. If you rent your whole life for 30 years, so you got a 30-year mortgage, you can really pay it off if you do an extra payment a year. You can knock about what it is, Chris, 4, 5, 6 years off your mortgage.
Yeah, we're paying them off for 50 years. I'm gonna do a whole class on that, man. I paid one off for 15 years, man. You got to pay at least one mortgage payment a year, and it's only $100 a month.
Yeah. Well, but look, so just imagine this, guy. You work from the time of 20 to 50 years old, you bought a house. No, hell no. You rent a house for 30 years, right?
$1,000
And
a
you're
month
60
minimum.
years old, you owe you haven't got any more investments or nothing like that. And you've been renting.
Mm.
Now you got to get Social Security, which is really low. They say it's going to be wiped out. But how are you going to afford to pay rent, buy groceries, and all the other stuff? And it's going to be really hard for you. So at least if you bought a property, pay the sucker off.
Just
When you get
one.
older, you get Social Security, and your house is paid off, man.
Yes, yes,
You can
yes.
relax and sleep good.
hmm Just one, Eddie. I'm just like, let's just
Shit,
get them to
even if
get
you took
one.
over one subject too, man, get you at least one house.
Just one. That's
I
right.
don't care if you don't do nothing else. You ain't got to flip nothing. You get you one subject too, man, and man, I'll be happy for you. I
Yeah,
feel like my job has have been done.
that's right. I feel for Eddie. I want everybody that owns some real estate. I look at my life. I'm like, my daughter's like, Dad, can I just, when I move out of here, can I just move in one of your houses? I'm like, you're crazy, kid. But that's the mindset I want my family to know. Like, if we don't want to live here, shit, we can live over there or move to the one over there. You know, unencumbered by debt. So I want all of our viewers, Eddie, to have that same feeling. That's all, brother.
Yeah,
Because it's something, man. I know when I got my first music publishing check, huge check, man. I'm like, I made it. You know, I had the mindset, I made it. Then fast forward, I got $80 in my bank account. I'm sleeping on somebody's couch. It's just not a good feeling, you know. So I know how money can come and go, as I'm sure you do as well.
yeah.
All right, we got a super chat here, brother. Let's see who came in here. Thank you for your love offering here. Who is this?
My brother Chris STL.
Oh, what up,
What's up,
Chris? Yeah.
STL?
Chris and Eddie, would you buy a 100-unit apartment building and live in it? That's
If
a
I could
good
open up
question.
two, I had to have 2 units, man. That shit
You had to
too.
have, Eddie, you had
I
to
had
have
to have
three.
two.
You had to have three.
Yeah, at least, man.
You had to
No, I
have
couldn't
three.
do that, man. Right now, I couldn't do it because we in 5,000 now, and my wife trying to go up to shit 8 more thousand, 8,000 or something. So she ain't gonna have that shit.
Eddie, what do you do with all that space? I got 2,000, man, and I'm like, what do you do with all that space, dog?
Well, we plan on having 1 or 2 more kids, man.
Man, you better get on that. When you gonna do that, you better get up on that
Hey,
now.
I really want about 7 of them, man,
All right, let's get some
or
Q on that.
10. I'm
Chris,
not
I
gonna.
would.
No.
Chris, I would. I like that idea. If I'm gonna move into it, I'm gonna have at least three of them put together. But I just don't want to see that many people. I don't want to see that many people.
I don't think I can do it, man.
No, yeah, I don't. I want my
You,
yard.
hey, you better not definitely tell them you the damn owner. Oh my
Oh,
God, they gonna be in that door, do, 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 do. And they gonna find out because your kids gonna tell somebody,
my
and they gonna
daddy
tell
owns
somebody
this.
else. Man, you
My
in
dad.
trouble.
All right,
That's my
Jalen, what up,
dad's
bro?
apartment.
That's right. That's exactly what they're gonna say. Ivory, hey, I'm coming back to Jacksonville. We'll be in Raleigh next week, class. We're going to the Ron LeGrand Quick Start. We'll be there all week. So if you see us down there, please come by and say hello. We'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina next week. Stephen Ducote, please, class, put your state and your name in here. Can you sell your wholesale deal to the hedge fund company, Eddie?
If you know some people work for the hedge fund company, you have you have to have somebody direct.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be like dealing business with a person. They want an entity.
See, they like that's really not enough for them. You got one deal, they gonna be like, man, get the hell out of here. These
They're not
people
set up for
buy
that.
when they cut that check, they cut the check, man. They was in all the big counties down here. They was getting everything damn near on the list. They buy like 400 or 500 properties from each county.
Holy cow!
But they was, man, when I say it was crazy, man, I used to have other investors just coming to me, man. They were so pissed off, man. I can't get nothing. They buying everything. They used to be so mad, man. They want to. Well, them boys had it on lock, man.
Free soul man. If you got whatever situation you got, you can email us down in there. I do one-on-one consultations and coaching sessions. Are you doing that, Eddie, too?
Yeah, do the
So
same.
just email us, send it over, whoever you want to look at it. I mean, just email it to us. Both of our email addresses are in the video description, my friend. Free soul man number one. Make
Yeah,
sure you smash the thumbs up for us, class, for our optimization purposes,
and
please.
subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, we'll be at 28,000 today within the next few hours, Eddie. I'm already at 27,982. I think it is.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys, everybody who subscribed.
Yeah, it's so cool. Luxury car store in the building. What's up? Yeah, don't watch the news. Robert, hey, how it's been? Yes, you sent me an email for my private money course. Oh, I'm sorry, brother. Robert, I'll go back through my email, but if you don't mind sending me another reminder email so I can get it to you, I apologize for that. I do, from time to time, emails kind of get slipped through the cracks on me, but I will email you or I'll go back through it. But once again, just send me a quick reminder so I can send you the link for that. Oh, I see your email there. Okay. Houston. Wow. Ohio. Unbelievable. Tampa. Unique solutions when structuring a subject to pre-foreclosure deal. How would you structure the deal to use the new buyer's down payment to bring the loan current? That's a good question.
Just do a double closing. Close with the new buyer first, and close with the seller second. And then the attorney, they'll know how to direct. You should let them know how you want to handle the whole transaction before don't wait till the day of.
But
As
we
soon
don't know
as you get,
how he's selling it though, Eddie, because he doesn't even need the attorney on the lease option getting out of it. He must be selling it outright and letting the new buyer take it subject to, right? Because he's buying subject to on the buy for the buyer. And you saying go ahead and close the seller first, Eddie?
yeah.
Is it on the lease option you saying that on or what?
Hold on. I thought he said if he buying on the subject too, then what?
He didn't say how he's selling it. Unique solutions, we need to know how you're selling it. Because what Eddie's talking about, I heard his mind default to double closing. He's thinking that you're probably selling it not on a lease option, no doubt, is what you're thinking.
Well, if you sell on the lease option, you still will do. Well, it won't be actual. Yeah, it'll be a double closing because you're gonna take your end buyer money on that lease purchase and fund the subject to deal. If you're getting a big enough down payment to cover everything. But
So
even
we're
if
gonna
you're not, you can add some more capital to it and close it out. And then you can sell it. So you can buy it on the subject to and sell it on buy on subject to and sell on a lease purchase, or on a finance or a wrap
yeah, we don't know how he's selling it. But you're saying get this money first.
the same day.
We're gonna have the attorney hold all that stuff. I wouldn't want to take somebody's money and then these people disappear, right? I mean,
No, no, no. Yeah, the attorney, you're gonna have them wire the money to the attorney because remember, you're gonna close with an attorney on both transactions. You want to use an attorney. But
gotcha.
on that lease purchase transaction, this shouldn't cost you no more than about $250.
So your seller, who is this? Unique Solutions. If you're, oh, I'm sorry, your buyer. I'm sorry, that's backwards. I messed that up. On your seller, you're buying it subject to from the seller. Then your buyer, your buyer, you're saying he has that 10,000. We're gonna use that 10,000 to bring the loan current, right?
Yes, sir. That's her.
Now that's a true transaction engineer right there, player.
Yeah, yeah. That's how you got to do it.
Yeah, that's the truth. That means you
If you
got
got enough
nothing else.
time. See, in Georgia, I was back against the wall. Unless you got a buyer's list ready in Georgia, that's the only way you can pull it off. If you got somebody already ready, because we typically got about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, you got to move down there.
So
Yeah,
I love the pre foreclosure business, but it's stressful, man. Around the last damn week of the year, I mean of the month, the last week or two. God dang, boy. I don't know
I
why
love,
everybody call it the last minute, but
I
they
love.
call it.
Yes,
They
they
want
do.
you to be Captain Saber House, man.
You are insane, man. Yes, Unique Solutions. Use that 10,000 to pay the arrears off, my friend. You're gonna have to be smooth though, because I ain't gonna want to put up no 10,000 unless I want to see some. Yeah, you're gonna use the attorney. Just use the attorney.
Yeah.
Kelvin, you wanted to do a lease option here in Houston. I would not do that. You need to do owner financing, my friend.
Yeah, you can only do owner finance. Man, I don't know if this is in Houston, but I got a student. He was trying to buy. He couldn't get any title insurance or something on the property, taking it over 72 because it's an FHA loan or something.
It all depends on the closing agent, Eddie. I mean, shit. I mean,
I don't. I mean, in Georgia, we don't have that problem, so that was a
I
new
don't
one.
either. We're getting title insurance. All you have to do is put an exception. That loan should be an exception anyway. They're not going to give you title insurance on that loan because it's not your loan.
I
That
think he
that
got
is
it wrong. I think he got the wrong attorney, man.
you daggone right. Every time people say you can't get title insurance on the subject too, I'm like, you got the wrong guy.
I never heard that, man.
Me neither.
It was a new one on me. I'm like, wow.
We get title insurance on every one of them. All you have to do is get an exception class, exception for that loan. All right. Revamp lease purchase for rental. I don't know what that is.
Oh, unique solution said, will the new buyer give us the money up front to have the loan reinstated?
That's what we just went over.
Okay,
We're gonna have the attorney hold it, right? Because the
right,
attorney's gonna reinstate the loan with the seller.
right.
Yeah. Angela, newbie here. Where you at, Angela? Come on, y'all. I need to know where you're at. What should I do first to get the deal? What should I do first? Get the deal or build a buyer's list? Or should I do both at the same time, Eddie?
Say that again, Chris. I'm sorry. I was trying to read, looking for questions.
Oh, Angela wants to know if she's a newbie. What should she do first? Should she look for the deal or try to build the buyer's list first, or do both at the same time?
I mean, you can do both at the same time if you like. But if it's a good deal, the money gonna come. I'm telling you.
Hmm.
If the money don't come, either you bought it too high or it's a piece of crap.
Angela, the deal I tell everybody, buyers, we are just like sharks in a bucket. You drop a piece of meat down in that bucket, we're gonna suck it up.
Like some
Wherever,
piranhas.
yeah, we're waiting for the deal. Eddie. Oh yeah, lit. Eddie's lit. Yeah, he is. Tasha, welcome. Your first live session with some two crazy gentlemen on the web. Thank you. 804 Sabrina wants to know how you found that $5,000 house, Eddie.
What she say? Did I what?
How did you find that $5,000 house?
Shit, that's when the market crashed. They was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It
Like,
was actually listed, Chris, for about 20,000, right? I was out of town at a seminar, a note buying seminar. So I was like, I'm gonna just try them, man. I was feeling good. I was at the seminar, I was pumped. I said, let me try. I offered him 5 grand. Man, that guy said, yes, man, my damn eyes got big. I said, what the hell? But I was trying all of them after that.
it's
I
funny
couldn't
when you
believe
get
it.
it accepted, right? You're like, "Nah, they ain't gonna take it anyway. You ain't even thinking about it. You gone on to the next house, and then you get the call, like, I don't even remember where the house was.
Man, I wired that attorney. I was out of town. I wired him $1,000 to the
EMD,
attorney office.
earnest
Earnest
money.
money.
That's
Shit,
good.
I moved on that quick.
That's right. Time.
Man.
Money ain't growing in the bank. You're right, Sean. You're right. I think that's a mindset we need to get our viewers out of, though. If all you have is a bank account, you're in trouble.
Man, bank is not paying nothing, guys. They taking your money. They say whatever you put in the bank, they're able to go to the Federal Reserve and get 10
10
times whatever you put in that bank account.
derivatives. That's right.
So they balling off your money.
Hmm.
But guess what? You're not making jack, man. What is 1%?
I don't even know, Eddie. I don't even look at it anymore until I'm talking to one of my private lenders, but it's 1%, I think. AJ Stancato says, yeah, their prediction is 2020 for the election is where this recession is coming in. Paris wants to know what do you think
Yeah,
about, huh? Paris
yeah,
says
I would say that.
cheaper to keep her. That's right, Paris. What do you think of
No, hell no. It was there. I would have rather did.
what?
I did the right thing. I take the loss to get a peace of mind, man. Peace of mind better than anything.
He
Damn
didn't
that
say
money.
he didn't say nothing about peace of mind. He just said it's cheaper to keep her.
No, though it wasn't.
What do you think about Paris says? What do you think about self storage facilities, Eddie? You getting into that stuff?
Oh yeah, those some good ones. Good cash cows, low maintenance. You just gotta be, be in a good area. Now you can't have one off in the woods, nobody out there. Population 2,000. You got a self-storage facility. You gotta be in a good area. You don't want to be on a back street either.
Mm-hmm.
And another good thing about the self-storage is too, you can let people park trucks out there, campers. So people charge like $200-300 per month for each vehicle. And you can put up a big billboard and let people advertise on your billboard. So you
Nice.
can turn that sucker to a real cash cow.
I want to do something down there with you, Eddie, because your population is just so dense. Up here, it's just we don't have as many people.
Yeah, it's up the chain down here. They said 30,000 move down here a month, man.
Yeah, you told me that. All right, class, we're almost finished with our Q&A. If you need any documents aka tools for your business, just email us and we'll get those links out to you. Free Soul Man, been to real estate school, but he found it advantageous not to have his real estate license because of the liabilities. Could be true.
Man, I ain't with that real estate license, man. They got you by the balls. You can't do nothing. You got to
Really?
go ask the broker for everything. Please, broker, can I make this money? And then guess what? They can say yes or no. And then guess what? Every check you make, they want to cut.
What
Give me
about
my money like on Friday.
give me my money? What my money? You know what? I don't know how I feel about it because some people genuinely say, for instance, my wife, she's quiet. She doesn't like interacting with people. So I think it would be good for her to have her license so she can just do the MLS. She don't got to call nobody. She could do that.
Yeah.
But shit, it would never work for me. They would end up kicking me off a few months after I got my license, Eddie.
Oh, me too, man. I been forgot to report a couple of transactions.
They'd be like, oh, that damn Eddie again. Kick him out.
Hey, and then them agents don't play with other
They'll
agents, man.
report you.
Oh boy, they be on your ass so quick. Don't answer that phone. They call your broker. Hey, I try to call and get inside this house, and such is not answering. I've been calling for 2 days.
Mhm.
Then
Yep.
your broker emailing you with the bullshit. You be like, oh
Mhm.
my god.
Happens. Get reported. They're like the mob. They're like the real mob. They'll kick you out.
Yeah, they get on your butt, man.
Rosanna, hey, Callie. Nate, what key words would Eddie use when he does door knocking for pre foreclosure? And how difficult is it for the loan modification on the seller's side, Eddie?
Well, when you go door knocking, you just want to be polite, man. You want to be well dressed, well groomed, come in the daytime, shit, and just start talking to them. I mean, you talking to them about the house. I know what we say. Hey, my name is Eddie. I work for AIS. Your lender publicly posted your house for sale, and we was coming over here to see what we can do to help you.
Want to help. Want to help.
Hey,
Don't
y'all
go
gonna
there.
have to pay me for that one. Now, that was a golden nugget. Go
Oh,
ahead and
Lord.
cash out some money.
So, or you're not doing, he wants to know, are you doing loan modifications anymore, brother Eddie?
We do, on our own inventory, but no,
That
not
stuff went out
outside
the way.
of that.
Nate,
'Cause
that stuff's gone.
they're
Hmm?
too time consuming. You can still get them done, but they're gonna take you anywhere from shit 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Just depends. Each
REI,
bank is different.
okay. REI Necessities wants to know, are you still selling owner financing lease options, being that people only stay in the homes 5 to 7 years?
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Absolutely. We don't care. Shit, they move out. Guess what we're gonna do? Sell it
Next,
again. I'm
on
going
to
to
on to the next one.
as soon as I leave here, Eddie, I'm going to do a video on somebody that just moved out today. Today.
Let's put another one in there. Collect another no. It's so bad, man. You gotta put another person in there, collect another non-refundable down payment.
Golly. Mm,
It's just terrible, man.
rough life. I used to hear the old boys say that, Eddie. I used to think they were crazy. I used to think they were crazy. Tariq from Atlanta. Well, he's in the A2. There's some cities like the D that still have recession prices. That's true. Would you
Yeah,
recommend
man.
investing in the
I've been
D?
thinking about that. I know a guy, man, up there, brother Chris. He getting them cheap. He's getting them cheap, putting like 5 to 10 grand in them, and selling them to international buyers with tenants in them.
Yep, I've
He's
seen that
killing them
too.
up there. I've been thinking about buying a couple of them properties up there, man. But they're cheap. It's gonna come back around. I forgot what they said. They building something up there big. I tell you what, find out what your plans are for that city. Go down to City Hall or whatever. See what the plans are. Let us know too, because I'm thinking about investing up there because they cheap, man.
They are. Evan M wants to know, how do we get mentorship opportunities? Just email us. Both of our email addresses are right in there. I know. Good Lord, this is crazy. This thing blowing up today, Eddie.
Yeah. The recession, boy, everybody nervous. Don't get nervous. Stack that money up, baby, and start buying. At least if you can buy one house, man, you good, man.
You know,
You
I think I
great.
think I think a lot of us have this perception of real estate, Eddie, that we have to be doing 5 deals a month.
No, man.
Or if you look at it, if you just look at your life, if you look at 10 years and you buy one house every 2 years, you got 5 houses, you got 5,000 coming in. It's like I
Yeah,
think we
don't.
need to rewind.
Everybody think it's like a microwave. You gotta just put it in, boom. You
Yeah.
don't have to rush and take your time, man. Just think about
Mm-mm.
it. Even if you make 40,000 a year, shit. If you're working, you getting hit with the highest tax bracket. So they're taking about 40% of that. So realistically, you're not making 40,000, but you can get out here do two rehabs, one or two rehabs and make 40 grand. You can get
Yeah,
out here and do five, six wholesale deals and make 40, 50 grand. And then you start keeping some houses, that'll free you up some time. Gotta be disciplined with your money, that'll free you up some time, and then you can just start buying your properties, man.
you're right, Eddie. I think everybody wants to be doing it because I see the gurus online. You want to do one, two, three, four deals a month. I'm like, I think we're looking at it wrong. We need to look at our life because I'm like, for me, I look back, the flips, I forgot about all of them, Eddie. Every flip that I've ever done, I don't even think about them. But
No.
the ones that I've kept are the ones that are my engines
Hey, those are golden goose. They lay them golden eggs, baby.
every month. Daniel, oh, Chris said it's half of 1%. It might be right. I don't know.
Damn, that's bad, man. Man, y'all buy some houses, man, for real. At least one. At least buy one house. It's subject to. Hey, me and Chris got the subject to documents on our website.
Yeah,
Get the
man.
documents and buy you at least one property. We putting together that course too, guys. By the way, the
Yeah.
subject to course. So we have
Hmm.
that done for you guys in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, at least by April.
Get you a
My
freaking house. I forget the one house, man. Man, that make me pissed off, man. 1.5 to 1% since 1910.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. I saw it. I read it. I read
Just
it.
renting, man. Just renting. Making somebody else rich.
Hmm. Wow, you're right. I guess I got over it because I read it so long ago. But and you know what it was too? The majority of that 1%, black farmers, Eddie.
Fuck.
So they got land as opposed to houses. It's like farm.
Acres and stuff.
Yeah, they got big acres of land. Michael said Gary Vee was saying to take $2,000 and start a business versus buying a house. Oh, if they live in New York, okay. REI necessity. So during the recession, you guys don't mind fixing toilets, roofs, being a landlord? No, I don't do that. We do. I will do the roof though.
It's a
Hmm?
good idea. You making money, you still buy you a house while that money cash flowing now.
Yeah, we do
He'll
lease
get you
options.
some properties, man.
That's right. I've been telling my friends for 30 years to buy land, countless. Sky says you're speaking the truth. Stop renting. All right, any more questions, class? We'll get on up out of here, guys. Wholesaling. Am I a gold member? Yes. The Gold Club. Yeah, that's $50. Eddie, Sarah is thankful for your passion and sincerity.
You're welcome.
Kimberly
Thank
wants to know, is there a certain price point that you can do a subject to, that they will allow you to do a subject to, Brother Eddie?
you. Hell no. You can do anything subject to. Take over a doghouse subject to. No, you can take over it doesn't matter about the price.
Kimberly, you do whatever you want on subject to, okay? Unless it's a reverse mortgage, then you're in trouble.
Yeah. What's
Okay.
up with them reverse mortgages, man? Don't they go back to the government or something and the people die?
Man, you're borrowing 30 to 40% of what the lien is. So if you're borrowing 30,000, they got a 90,000 lien on the house.
Shit.
I'm telling you, I seen it. I seen it.
So when the
And
people die, what happened?
they got a lien, then they're selling it for as much as they can.
Do the government take the house back, or you can still get the option to sell it?
I have seen some short sales on
I'm saying
reverse
like,
mortgage.
oh no, when you do the reverse mortgage, that's just a mortgage company. So they hit you with all that interest?
Well, when the person dies, they just try to liquidate it and get their 30 back or whatever they can get over 30. They make their money when the person moves on to the afterlife. Because they loan out 30, the lien is 90, so they're trying to get something in between there. Their profit is when the person dies.
Holy shit.
Isn't that
But what
something?
if so the person family can't inherit the property or nothing?
No, not on a reverse mortgage. It must be liquidated. They'll let them live there for like 6 months or a year maybe, but they want their money after the person dies.
Wow, man, that's a rip off.
I'm telling you, they're stealing people's inheritances. I'm telling you, man, these reverse mortgages should be illegal. They're stealing people's inheritances. I see it every day.
Man, that's a new one on me, man. That is wow.
Whenever you see a listing, it'll say like subject 5126 or 5.5126 or something. You'll see it in the comments on a listing.
Yeah.
That's a reverse mortgage. You'll see it in the agent listings.
Cause I tried to take over one subject to my attorney told me I couldn't do it.
Yeah, can't do that, man. We don't do that.
Man, they doing them older people like that, man. That's
They
crazy.
are. I can't
And
tell you
they
how
be
many.
calling, man. I got one keep calling looking for my grandma. I said, man, stop calling him, man. We not doing over reverse mortgage. She see how they see all that equity in the house.
Hmm.
And they, you know, they buy their own list, age, and then how much equity, and they get on that phone, go to call.
That is sure enough do. Oh, James says that our content is the bomb. Praise God. Thank you for allowing us to serve you. Tasha, subject to is an agreement. Oh, yeah, she's talking to somebody else. Sarah wants to know what's going on in Atlanta. Eddie, I don't know if we want to do Atlanta or Hampton because I'm like, I got my boy, I got the real estate millionaire. We'll talk about that off camera.
Yeah, it don't matter to me.
Curtis, 23. How would you tell, how would both of you guys tell your 20-year-old self? What would you tell your 20? That's a good question, Curtis. What would you tell your 20-year-old self, Eddie?
And I just seen that somebody asked that. Oh, that was I don't know. I just seen somebody ask that question.
That's
Oh, that was a
Curtis
man.
23.
What would you tell your 20-year-old self?
Good question.
Shit, hold on as many properties as you can. Hold on as many properties as you can for cash flow. Build cash flow, but flip you some houses. Build cash flow. Make sure you keep enough, like build up enough residual income where you straight, you know, all your bills are paid, and just keep on building that residual income. Buy, you know, buy like crazy when the market drop. Hold on and liquidate. And repeat the cycle because that's when you get them big lump sums of cash. Pow! That's when you hit. That's you really hit to make a major move, a major transformation in your life.
Yeah, we are so. I'm
That's
so
when you
thankful.
quantum leap. That's a quantum leap, man.
I'm so thankful, Eddie. I'm thinking about what you're saying, man. I'm like, damn, I'm so thankful.
Cause just imagine if you did 10 properties, you bought 10 properties in a recession, just like the little houses I had. And then in ten years you liquidate, that's $1 million plus you done got $1 million in cash flow over 10 years. Come
If you,
on, man.
if you can't live off that, man, you need to leave the country.
Yeah, you got a
Paris,
problem.
Paris said he's doing one of those right there, buying sub two, closing with the lease option the same day. Nice with the down payment.
Yes, sir.
Alex, Eleanor, can you have the seller on the subject to put you on the insurance as a secondary person, or is it better to get a new policy?
I get my own policy. What you do, Chris?
It all depends, man. You know, if it's no equity and I don't give a crap about the house, I just add my name on the insurance, call it a day, because
Yeah.
I don't want the expense.
Extra
But
extra
if
fee.
yeah, but if you got a house with 100,000, you damn sure enough better get you another policy,
For real.
because I don't want to have to worry about nobody's bank worrying about cashing my check when the house burns down. I'm a realtor. Okay. Oh, have a disclosure for investing in properties. My broker is interested. Oh, okay. That's cool. Do partnerships with them.
They gonna want that money now.
Yeah, they
Gotta
do.
break bread.
On a sandwich lease option, brother Eddie, what happens if the seller files bankruptcy, or gets a judgment attached to the property? That's one of the great questions, Robel. Robel, that is one of the questions you got to be
On the
knowing.
lease option.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're in
that's
trouble.
now that's one that's that will have to be negotiated.
Better hold on to that down payment, player, because they're gonna have the boys coming for you. That is the main reasons I didn't really do sandwich lease options years ago. But now I
Yeah.
notice that most people don't Robel, get all that crap usually. Would you say, Eddie, that usually doesn't happen?
Yeah, it usually don't happen. But if you're concerned with that, just convince the seller to put the property in a land trust to protect, you know, everybody's interest.
There you go. Darnell wants to know how to wholesale with a realtor. I don't know. It's kind of
Man,
long-winded.
yeah, it's
Long.
gonna take Too long, don't it? We got to get back to the money now.
Should we bother talking to the realtor or try to go direct to a homeowner?
For what?
Well, I guess this in general.
I mean, you're gonna always get the better deal through the homeowner. We go through the homeowner first, and then if the homeowner insists for us to go through the realtor, then we'll go through the realtor.
Hmm.
Realtor.
Marble grass. There's a property in a life estate, but I can't find the owner's kids. Any tips to track them down? They're behind 3 years in taxes, Eddie.
Hold on, give me a second.
Go ahead. Yeah, Eddie's the master on that. While he goes, let me see. I got somebody want to look at a house. Matter of fact, I got a lead. Hello, may I help you?
Yes, sir. I've seen a house online. It's a rent to own. I still buy it. I was calling to see if I can do it today.
Sure. I just want to let you know that I'm recording this call for training purposes, okay?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, so
I understand that.
lease option tenant buyer call.
Which is fine. I'm currently in a hotel paying $350 a week with
Ho-
my children and my father.
Rewind. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said, I've seen the house. It needs a little bit of fixing up, which is fine.
Okay.
I'm currently in the hotel. $350 a week plus my car insurance and all that, so the income is not a problem. I was just wanting to know how would I go about if I wanted to talk.
Okay.
The condition of the house, and that's fine.
The condition of the house, it needs a little bit of work. Are you talking about Hampton or Norfolk?
The one in Hampton, it looks like a brownish color.
Yeah.
Brownish color
So
house.
what was your, I'm sorry. So listen, the main thing that I'm looking for is a down payment. You got to have a down payment. So if you don't have a down payment, we probably won't be the people you're looking for.
No, I have the down payment. That's fine. I was just looking to move as soon as possible.
Okay, well, go look at the house. Just go over there. The key is in the mailbox. The tenants are moving out today, so you might catch them there. You can go ahead and go over there and just call me if you want to do an application.
No, I definitely do. I do. I know that I'm fixing up, and that's fine. I'm more than welcome to finish whatever needs to be done with the home.
Okay, well, go look at it and give me a call.
All right. Thank you, sir.
God bless you. Bye. Lease option tenant buyer, brother Eddie.
Yeah, I hear.
I got 3 of these things. They just came on the market. They came up today. Came up this week.
Which 3 or what?
Lease options. She was in a hotel.
What the hell she doing in the hotel?
I guess I could have dug into her a little bit, but
Yeah.
I ain't even.
It don't even matter till you break bread.
Well, I do care. I do want to know why you. I do. Why the hell?
Not right now.
What makes people end up in? Anyway, that would
If
be
she
another
gets
one.
serious,
Y'all ask her why. Why in a hotel? That's terrible, man. You know what's weird, Eddie? Then I'm gonna move on. It's usually us men that have done something to these women, and I'm not trying to get all chauvinistic or whatever, but I'm like, my single women out there, they are providing, they're working for they're making things come all down. Then there's the knucklehead dude that brings them down. Either got him hanging out late or he out there running the streets. I'm like, come on, my man, we gotta.
a lot of us don't talk. A lot of us don't really respect women, man, like we should, man. That's we got to do better, man.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. Jay, reverse mortgage? Yeah, reverse mortgage, you're in trouble. Eddie, you know what? Other than inspection reports, what other items are in the deal book?
Well, that deal book, my deal book, that right there specifically was just short sales.
Yeah.
But in any deal book, like you just make up one if you've done any transaction, just put a couple of HUD statements in there
Mm-hmm.
where you bought the property. I wouldn't show, like, if I'm buying it from a seller, I wouldn't show them where I bought it and flipped it. I just show them where I did the closing, the HUDs, and the seller copy a picture of the seller. Make sure you guys get testimonies also when you're doing deals.
That's right. You better get some testimonials. But Eddie, you know what we can do if somebody wants a copy of a short sale acceptance letter? I don't mind providing that for somebody that they want to show it to a seller. Why not? We got tons of them. All right, that's it, Eddie. Final thoughts for today. Don't forget, class, to subscribe to our channel. Like the content here. Eddie, what is your final thought for today, my brother? Oh, yeah, my little thing.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Hey, my final thought is something I posted today on my IG. Y'all, you can follow me on my IG. It's the same across the board. IG, Facebook, YouTube, MrTransactionEngineer.com. I mean, damn, Mr. Transaction Engineer. That's the
Nice.
website.com.
Okay.
But my final words, everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they say what fear is false evidence appearing real,
Acronym.
or you can look at it like this: face everything and rise.
Face everything. Oh, okay. I ain't heard of that one. That's nice.
Face everything and rise up, god dang it. We gotta walk in faith and not fear. That's what we gotta practice on with our mind, because I'm telling you, so much coming at us to live in fear.
Mm-hmm.
And then knock us off and knock our energy off. When you're living in fear, knock your energy off. We gotta live in faith and then power. And it takes reprogramming of the mind to get there. Reprogramming of that mind, man.
Yeah. Well, that's why they're here with us, Eddie, so we can help them magnetize their minds, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Class, final thoughts. I'm gonna let you ride out of here. I think I got another session coming up later this evening. But I want to talk to you about the decisions. I look back at my life and I'm here now. But the decisions that Eddie and I made over the years, and our email class, both of our emails, I did this, Eddie, so you don't have to put your email in there, dog. It's right in the video description.
Yeah, I told somebody that.
Um,
Look at the description.
the decisions to buy. Eddie's been getting on you today. Buy every first deal you're gonna do, not every, but generally, the first deal is gonna be your worst deal. I know it was for me. I overpaid, high interest, but I got in. You know,
Right.
you get in, and then you can kind of once you get in, you can move around a little bit. But the decisions you make are gonna shape your life. And I see people as I'm coaching people, 40, 50, 60-year-old people that own no assets, you know. I just don't think it's acceptable, you know, and that's why my mission is to raise your financial literacy so you can make better decisions. And all it is a decision to walk down the path, either hire a realtor or do some marketing, knock on doors to buy a house. It's just a decision. Have maximum pounds of effect on your life in the future.
One
Eddie and
decision. One decision. I seen somebody's post said Grant Cardone said don't buy a house. I guarantee you Grant Cardone own his house. Don't listen to that bullshit. You better get you somewhere to stay.
yeah, Grant, man, he is making it hard for me to keep my philosophy. What is this guy talking about, man?
Man, you better own your property, man. Damn what Grant talking about. I bet he own his.
He got a lot.
Bet you that.
He's on a whole different, yeah, man. Anyway, all right, class. Our emails are there. If you need documents, tools, the private lending presentation, just email us and we'll get it all out to you. Thank you, brother Eddie. Talk to you soon.
Thank you guys. Be blessed. Peace.
Talk to you. Yes, sir.